All right, well, that brings an end to Dorf Week. Oh, man, that was a great Dorf Week. Oh, man. That was so much fun. I feel so good right now. Getting good about myself. And I think, I've really communicated exactly what I meant to communicate. I think everyone understands what the deal is, what the Dorf deal is. We all know what the Dorf deal is. You've been Dorfing informed. You now have a Dorfing better idea. Dorf Week puts everything into Dorfing perspective. And I'm sorry for the Dorf up that happened earlier. Like, there was a Dorf day that didn't get video posted. And I had to Dorf that video the next Dorfing day. So there was like two or three Dorf videos in a day. No Dorf videos in one day. Yeah, things get Dorfed up. All right? Don't all get all your Dorf in a bunch. Don't get all Dorfing bunched up. Gotta cut a guy some Dorfing slack. Jeez. For the love of Dorf. For the love of Dorf. Get out of here. Dorf Wine by Earl. That's right, I wrote this. Hold summer in your hand. Pour summer in a glass, a tiny glass of course, the smallest tingling sip for children. Change the season in your veins by raising the glass to your lip, tilting summer in. This is grandfather speaking now. Ready now, the Dorf rain barrel. Nothing else in the world would do but the pure Dorf waters which have been summoned from the Dorf lakes far away, and the sweet Dorf fields of grassy dew on early morning, lifted to the open sky, carried in laundered clusters, 900 miles, brushed with wind, electrified with high voltage, and condensed upon the cool air. This Dorf water, falling, raining, gathered yet more of the heavens in its crystals, taking something of the east wind, the west wind, and the north wind and the south. The Dorf water made rain, and the Dorf rain, within this hour of rituals, would be well on its way to Dorf wine. Dorf. 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 Get out of here, Dorf. Dorf. Don't do it, Dorf. Don't do it, alright? Don't. Dorf. Dorf. Don't do it. Dorf? Buddy. No. Don't do it, Dorf. Dorf. Don't do it. Don't do it, Dorf. Come on, Dorf. Don't do it. Dorf, seriously? Seriously. Don't do it. Alright? Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't, Dorf. Don't. Don't do it. Stop. Seriously, Dorf, come on. Alright, Dorf. I'm gonna give you a count of 10. Alright? This is gonna be the last time. Don't make me count to 11, Dorf. 1 Dorf. 2 Dorf. 3 Dorf. 4 Dorf. 5 Dorf. 6 Dorf. 7 Dorf. 8 Dorf. 9 Dorf. 10 Dorf. 10.
Der Dorf, der Dorf, der Dorf, der Dorf, der Dorf, 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 Dorf. Der Dorf, der Dorf. Der Dorf, der Dorf, der Dorf, der Dorf, Dorf, Dorf. Dorf. Dorf, der Dorf, 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 Dorf. Dorf, der Dorf, 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 Dorf.
Dorf to Dorf, 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 Dorf. Dorf to Dorf, 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 Dorf. Dorf to Dorf, 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 Dorf. Dorf to Dorf, 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 Dorf. Get out of here! Come on, Dorf. Jeez. Jeez, Dorf. Dorf, really? Really, Dorf? Dorf, seriously? Seriously, Dorf? Whatever, Dorf. Whatever. Man, Dorf. Man. Dude. Dorf. Dude. Come on, Dorf. Come on. Come on, Dorf. 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 Yeah, I don't think so, Dorf. I don't think so. Dorf, not at all. You're absolutely wrong, Dorf. You're wrong. Dorf, you couldn't be wronger. I strongly disagree. None of your points are poignant, Dorf. They're not poignant. It's just not true. It's a lie, Dorf. It's a lie. There's no reason for it, Dorf. No reason for it. There isn't a single study, Dorf, that backs up that at all. Not a single study. Nothing's been published, Dorf. It's just backward thinking, Dorf. Just backward thinking. It's ugly as well, Dorf. It's ugly. Truth is beauty. Truth is beauty, Dorf. And that's ugly. Come on, Dorf, really?
Dorf, 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 Dorf. Dorf, 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 Dorf. Dorf, 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 Dorf. Dorf, 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 Dorf! Dorf, 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 Dorf. Dorf to Dorf, 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 Dorf. Dorf to Dorf, 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 Dorf. Dorf to Dorf, 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 Dorf. Dorf to Dorf, 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 Dorf. Hey, get out of here!
I'm on a Dorfing path. Listen, Dorf, I just got your private message, Dorf, and I don't know if you are aware of this, Dorf, but I've asked you for no more Dorfing private messages. I've been asking you for Dorfing years now. Years, Dorf. I've been asking you to stop sending me private messages, but you keep Dorfing doing it. So here's what I'm going to do from now on, Dorf. When you write me one of your little Dorf-like private messages, and I'm not the only one that complains about this. Here's the thing, like, well, everyone else is doing things that upset me, so why shouldn't I do things that upset them? That circular Dorfing argument is what the whole problem's all about. Your inability to respond to other people's boundaries that they set, and then also your undorfing willingness to just plant your feet and be the kind of man you are and not make any Dorfing excuses for it. There's nothing wrong with you, Dorf. You're perfectly fine. It's your complete over Dorfing reactions to really Dorfing silly things. Do you think the rest of us haven't got Dorfed around a little bit? Yeah, we think it's either funny or we're like, whatever, and just Dorfing ignore it. Or we Dorfing stand up to the plate and knuckle down on somebody. You know, it just depends on what kind of Dorfing man you are, is how you deal with it. But the key word there, Dorf, is man. What kind of man are you? And you know I have some pretty Dorfing clear ideas of what it takes to be a man, right? And I also know that those ideas don't have to be anyone else's. They don't have to be yours, Dorf. But I'm aware that there's other types of man, and I, of course, Dorfing accommodate that. To a degree, not to a degree that they get to push past my boundaries. I don't Dorfing accept that. You shouldn't Dorfing accept that. You kind of do Dorfing accept it, and that leads to the whole circular Dorfing problem that I was talking about earlier. Whew. Man, I'm Dorfing upset about this. Real talk, Dorf. This is real anger. I'm really Dorfing angry. Genuinely Dorfing angry. I'm not pretending. This isn't pretend anger, Dorf. I'm Dorfing enraged right now. So, here's the thing, Dorf. When you write me one of your Dorf-like private messages, that just like that princess, little princess in a castle, kind of little Princess Dorf in a castle. Well, now I'm starting to cheer myself up. Saying your name a whole lot does cheer me up. That's what I like about you, Dorf. That's why I haven't given up on you. I haven't Dorf and given up. But yeah, you're Princess Dorf in a castle. That's what your private messages are. And a lot of men, Dorf, especially really what all of the men you have trouble with in YouTube, they kind of have similar characteristics. They're called alpha males, Dorf. And if you ever want to really generate a lot of Dorfing contempt from an alpha male, it's to act like a Dorfing princess, which you do. So I'd say stop that. Your channel, like my whole new channel focus. If you're not your whole new channel focus, you should stick with that. That's great. That's some Dorfing great stuff. And leave the whole Dorfing princess behavior behind you. That's Dorf of the past. The Princess Dorf of the past. You got to be more of like Dorf of the future, which is all about vacations and adventure and homebrewing and stuff like it. Pretty much everything I said in the Dorf This Is God video that you just didn't get, try to get it. Just focus on what you like. Be a Dorfing man about it. And, oh yeah, I forgot what the whole point of this whole video was. Like, I don't understand what your private message was to me. So I'm going to put the private message in the description. I'm always going to make your private messages to me public, because I don't want to talk to you privately. Mostly because of that Princess Dorf thing. So, stop Princess Dorfing around. Be a real Dorfing Dorf. And Dorf the hell off if you're going to not Dorf the way you should be Dorfing. And stop Dorfing the way you've been Dorfing in the past, because it hasn't Dorfing worked. Obviously it hasn't Dorfing worked. Everyone could tell that. Except Dorfing you. So forget about past Dorf. Start being future Dorf. This will be a whispered relaxation. We're going to spell down to F, and you'll be very, very relaxed. D, getting more relaxed. O, more relaxed. R, feel tension just falling away from you. F. Now I want you to say these things quietly to yourself. I'm too old to be having all these problems with grown men. I have interesting things going on in my life, like homebrew and foot washing. I don't have time for drama or princess-like behavior. I'm going to stand up like a man, or at least like Barney Fife. Like a goofball, but a unique goofball. And I'm not going to continue to send private messages to Earl Portland, or, if I know what's good for me, to anybody else. Now you're slowly going to wake up. D, rising higher and higher. O, feeling less and less like a victim. R, no longer exaggerating and using over-the-top emotional words like terrorism and war. F, waking up now, feeling invigorated and confident and unlikely to send a private message to Earl of Portland. or anybody else. Welcome to the roof of the tiny house. I was thinking about 40-ounce Fear's apology to Dorf. I think, and also it combines with my video of male role models. You might say, here's the thing, like depending on your role model, depending on how what you base your idea of manhood on, someone else's behavior or actions or words might send a message that was not the one that they meant to send. So, for instance, like, I mean, you might think that like your reptilian flyover, you might think that your role model is like Clint Eastwood, but your actual behavior might be like Barney Fife. You know, you might be a goofball, but you admire, gosh, I don't know, like just some sort of independent force of nature almost. But you know, you could admire that because that's what you want to be a part of you, but you're still Barney Fife. So I guess what I'm saying is, like, sometimes you could be fooled by someone's actions and words because you run them through your own kind of program of what you think is right behavior for a man, and that was your take. That's your definition. It's not everyone's definition. And I'm not saying like having Barney Fife be who you are is he's seen as a silly comedic character, but he was in a position of authority. He got the job done. He was entrusted. He was cared for and loved, and there's nothing wrong with being a Barney Fife. So it's food for thought, and an excellent view from my roof, which is dirty. I gotta clean this roof. Hi, Dorf. It's your pal Earl. Man, it looks like you're having a great time on your vacation. Though I might point out a couple things. I got some good news and some bad news. Which do you want first? I'm going to give you good news first. Alright, the good news is Hawaii is an island chain formed by underwater volcanoes. I know that sounds impossible, but this will trip you out even more. It's like a hot spot in the Earth's crust, and the Earth's crust is moving. So this hot spot continually forces Earth and magma, that hot red stuff, up to the surface, and then as the Earth moves a little further, that island becomes an island and it cools. Basically, it's a volcano, an extinct volcano, and another one's formed. So if all goes well, where you're at, it's called Hawaii, this island chain, it'll just keep getting longer and bigger. It'll be more and more islands. So so that's cool. So that's a lot to look forward to if you lived and if you are moved to Maui. If you decided to buy a house in Maui. The other thing about malt liquor in Hawaii, there's actually a lot of malt liquor drinkers in Hawaii. You might have seen some of their videos, but maybe you didn't put it together. But there's different islands. They all have different names. Like you're on an island called Maui. Some of the other islands, they have malt liquor. So people can make malt liquor videos in the Hawaiian Islands. Okay, I think that's enough good news to kind of smother over the bad news. The bad news is your house did catch on fire, and it did burn down. But, like I said, the longer you live in Maui, you have brand new islands to experience in your future. So, I mean, theoretically, it's possible that one could form, cool off, and you could be the very first person to live on it. So, amazing. That's actually, that bad news is actually good news in a way. So, yeah, think about it, Dorf. Think about what I said. Oh, and the phrase that you told those kids is not living every minute of it. It's loving every minute of it. You and me, babe. Hey, hey. This will be a wake for Falstaff Brewing Company. My condolences and my offer of heartfelt support to Girl Comic through this difficult time. I hope that you rely on us as your family, and I want you to know, Girl Comic, that we all feel this loss deeply, and we have to rely on each other, all of us together, to get through this. And I think a good place to start would be to talk about how Falstaff affected our lives, and just what kind of a hella man he was. Falstaff, I wanted this to be a malt liquor video or a Ballantine ale video, but I think that there's a certain amount of irony in having a coffee with you at this point in time, and that my very first malt liquor video, I accidentally drank a Pabst beer 40 ounce because I didn't know back then, and you gave me a heads up in a kind way, and I appreciate you as a guide, Falstaff. So this is for you, dead buddy, up there in malt liquor heaven. And the only really actually the silver lining here is you're now with Sir Walty 79. So who was Falstaff? Falstaff Brewing Company, an OG to an extent that really it's almost like a creationist story, of like a Greek creationist story where the universe is formed and it was empty, and then the ground splits and fully formed armored gods come leaping out of the earth, clutching frosty malt liquor bottles in their hands, or an ice cold Ballantine ale in their hands, and then they go about creating humanity, the creatures that will be their mirror image. And during the era of Sir Walty 79, malt liquor gods were thick on the ground, and as the generations progressed from there, the age of myth and legends fade to just a bare remembrance. Those people aren't coming back. We're never going to have people like that, malt liquor gods like that, in our midst ever again. And so it gives it extra import and weight when something like this happens. Falstaff, an outstanding demonstrator and instructor on malt liquor videos, Ballantine ale videos, airport drinking videos, laundromat drinking videos, balcony drinking videos, drinking in foreign countries, a wooer of malt liquor goddesses, a reminder to us all that the main feature of a malt liquor video is the perfect malt liquor bottle. #1 provider of anti-Dorf 68 entertainment. And the list goes on, but I know a lot of people are going to want to also talk about Falstaff Brewing Company and share their remembrances, so I'd like to give up the floor to them. And tonight, after work, I will be having a malt liquor in Falstaff's honor. And all right, okay. Someone's gonna have to go next. Someone's gonna have to go next. It's time. It's time to make a malt liquor video with popcorn for a snack. Got delicious Mickey's, 24 ounce, and I will be addressing Falstaff in this malt liquor video and eating some delicious popcorn. Remember, people, internet is for hardcore corn. Let's get this started. The second you see the lid come off, that's when you know you're in heaven. That's the money shot, people. Perfect. Falstaff, gosh, man, I see you lost your channel. A little bit of Johnny's Salad Elegance here. And you know who's probably responsible, Falstaff? Dorf. Dorf took your channel away, Falstaff. Malt liquor. I think you're left, you're left with a wide variety of options, ways you could feel about it. Let me actually just take a moment and think about your options of how you could feel about this. Let's play a little music while we have some popcorn and while you think. That was excellent. It was fantastic popcorn, and the malt liquor is fine. All right, Falstaff. It's funny. It's funny and ironic. All that calling Dorf a cunt. I think you forgot, Falstaff. You forgot the cardinal rule of malt liquor. Malt liquor. Oh, man. It's not about you, Falstaff. It's not about Dorf. This is the star of the show, buddy. Star of the show. Oh my God, it's so delicious. How could you have forgotten? How could you have forgotten? Let's play another song. A little bit towards the end, I didn't see that coming. That was surprising. There's a musical term before about the pendulumette, the pendulum something. It's the rise. It's the rise before the end. It's like almost like a false ending, a sense of false ending. And I think that's what you're left with, Falstaff. I imagine a lot of people like, oh my God, he's gone to malt liquor heaven. And, you know, he's with Sir Walty now. I don't believe it. Whatever that pendulum word I'm trying to think of, I think that's what we're experiencing now. Falstaff with Dorf taking you down. At least when Timmy Turner took you down, you just had to like remove your videos for a while. And Dorf took you down hard. That's got a sting. I tried to warn everybody. Everybody should have joined Team Dorf right away. Let me finish eating. The second Earl made Team Dorf. That was a pretty clear message. We're like playing Frogger, and everyone's like, oh, I see cars, I don't see Dorf. I see logs, I don't see Dorf. Dorf's the road and the river. People underestimate him, except for me. I saw it coming, and I got on the winning side. You know, I got my eye on the prize. The eye on the prize is malt liquor. Let's play another song. Wow. Yeah. I kind of think that was the same song played twice. It was like a doorbell. It goes ding dong, something like that. Man. I wish there was some way to eat popcorn faster. Alright, let's finish this 24 ounce. Falstaff. Man, you got it handed to you. Serves you right. I must remind you, it's about the malt liquor. It's about the malt liquor, and you forgot about it, and Dorf pounced. And you'll notice he pounced on you and then left the continental United States. I mean, some would call him a coward. I'd call him tactical. He's tactical. So let's play another music and see you in the tubes. Good luck starting a new YouTube channel. I hope you remember how to do it. How long did you have that last channel? Dorf took it away from you. Old man Dorf. He's like death. YouTube death. You got to be aware of him. Focus on malt liquor. Don't mess with Dorf. Malt liquor. That was the best one ever.